Hope you enjoyed Ace One in this Sullivan Alex gave a latest review of Bleach chapter after 653. Sorry if it's a bit late, but because we had Thanksgiving weekend, things were weren't as things came out so odd. So the time was a bit off. It came out like a day later. Anyway, the situation is this: like right now, this is really these past couple chapters have been shown to be Nanaho's time to shine, like literally. Like she's always been behind Kyoraku, and we got to see more of her family life, her backstory, all her secrets. Like she, she don't. I mean, she came from a noble family. She lost her parents when she was very young, and over her time period, the only family she had was her uncle, which was Kyoraku, and he always looked out for her. He always looked out for her as a child. We even get to see some more flashbacks of the story. Some more flashbacks of the story, like, like for example, ample, back, ample, like for example, like we get to see Kyoraku's father, Kyoraku's brother, Nanaho's father. Like, even though he was a bit of a rough customer, he mellowed with age, especially after, after he met his wife, Nanaho's mother. Like, basically, they would always argue all the time, Kyoto and his brother, basically. They didn't get along so well, but after he got married, and he met his wife, they started to get along. They became good people. Even though he was always telling him what to do, from what I could see from the flashbacks, Kyoto wasn't exactly the kind of guy who did hard work. He was a bit lazy, but yet he became a captain of the Gote 13 because he decided to apply himself. And I think one of the reasons that he decided to apply himself was after the death of his brother and the death of his mother. He decided to push himself. Like he decided he wasn't going to be a lazy bum anymore. I mean, especially knowing that the only family he probably had left was his niece. And so it made a lot of sense. So basically, like she's always looked out for him. Like he's always looked out for her. Cause she reminds him of both his brother and her mother, basically. And that's what Nanaho is for. Even and I want to know, what do you think of this chapter? It's like Nanaho, like this chapter showed that it was Nanaho's time to shine. Even though she did do some damage with her Sanpato, Hakukyoken, like two x-axis, like its power is supposed to reflect the light that it comes in contact with and throws it back at its opponents. But it seems like at first glance, like Nanaho, she isn't strong enough. Like Nanaho, she's always been the type of, according to the story, she's always been the type of person who uses Keto, but she never had the proper training with a real sword. And it shows that, like from the way she swung it and to the kind of loss and pain that she's suffering, like she never had any real Sampak toe practice in a long time. Even though she was a lieutenant, she only got to be because of her intense studies and the skills with Keto. And some people were hoping that her book was her Sampak toe. Her book was supposed to be her Sampak toe, but but that's the thing. But that's not the situation. But it's Chodaku. Chodaku, he's willing to stand next to her, stand behind her, and support her as she takes that one step forward to facing this enemy that she's facing right now. I mean, even though I do like Kyodaku, right now this is like Nanaho's time to shine. I do like Nanaho as a character, I really do. But even though she hasn't gotten much character development over the series on the Bleach, she's always been supporting. But we got to learn more about her and what her connection to Kyodaku and the secrets. And so basically, like we get to know, like Kyodaku's always supported her. They always stand by each other. Like like it was Nanahu who's always supported Kyodaku, but this time the roles are reversed. And from what I can see, it looks like Nanahu is truly trying to embrace her power now after that support. And she literally tries to swing the sword with all her might, even though she has a lot doesn't have she's not really mostly a sword fighter. Like she hasn't practiced in a while, and she suffers from wounds to the point where to the point where not only did the weapon not only hurt her x-axis, it also hurt her as well with the light. Like her own weapon was literally hurting her, I mean, think about it. If you're not used to a weapon, then you're gonna get hurt. If you're not, and she doesn't have practice with being a swordsman, especially seeing a sword that's supposed to have the power to reflect like the power of God back at itself. So it makes sense. If you give it some thought, it does make a lot of sense. And so that's my opinion. That's my opinion. So what is yours? I give this chapter. I give this chapter a good feel of because even though some of this may feel a bit cheesy, because we thought that Kyoraku was gonna help her swing the sword, like give his strength to her, like swing it together. He just basically support. This chapter made him more of a supporting role, in the back. Like he's always supported her. All right, thinking of her mother, how nice she was. I think he really did love her mother. Well, he wears a kimono and puts his hair in and he put two hairpins in the back of his hair, ponytail, just like her mother, because that's how much he loves her, and when Nanao really does swing that sword and defeats X-Axis, he literally disappears into nothing. I don't know if that I don't, and that's just the end of the chapter. I don't know if we're gonna see more from Kubo, but well, Kubo knowing that Nanaho's handling the sword, I don't know. I want to know what's gonna happen next. If X Axis really is a messenger of God, that means that this power could barely damage him, let alone kill him. But if that blade truly does work on beings who uses the power of God, it would be very interesting to see what the results would be. Even, it looks like he got killed, but then again, we've seen people who look like they got killed before, but then they suddenly come back stronger than ever. That's my opinion. What do you think of this chapter? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think of the video? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think of what do you think of me? Did you like me? Did you hate me? Give me your opinion. Comment, write, subscribe. Give me your opinion. I want to hear from you, honestly. Hope you enjoyed this one. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Salamar saying my latest review on Bleach chapter 653. Hope you're enjoying. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. Bye. Can't wait to see what happens next.